Hey, Jack! The Worry Monsters by Sally Rippin. Chapters 1, 2, and 3. Hey, Jack. Worried mood. Your heart's beating fast, tummy squeezing tight, sweaty palms. Once again, worried mood. Chapter 1. This is Jack. Today, Jack is feeling worried. His class has a spelling test next week. Jack is good at math and art, but terrible at spelling. He can't understand why to, T-O-O, T-O, to, and T-W-O are all spelled differently. Spelling makes no sense. Jack has 24 words to remember. Outside, it is sunny, and Jack's puppy wants to play. Jack pushes the list of words to the bottom of his bag. He will worry about the spelling test later. I don't know. Jack and Scrap play outside in the backyard. They laugh and bark and roll around on the grass. Soon it is time to go inside for dinner. Jack's mom has cooked his favorite, pasta. She gives him an extra big serving. Did you get any school handouts today? Jack's mom asks. Suddenly, Jack remembers the list of words at the bottom of his bag. His tummy squeezes tight. He looks down at his plate. No, he says. Jack doesn't want to think about the spelling test. It makes his tummy hurt. He tries to finish his dinner, but the pasta doesn't taste so good anymore. That night, Jack lies awake in the dark. The worries in his tummy are getting bigger and bigger. They feel like big, scary monsters that are whispering mean things to him. You're terrible at spelling. Fail. You're going to fail the test. Wow, those are some big worries. Jack turns on the light. He gets out of bed and goes to his school bag. The list of words is still scrunched up at the bottom. But then Jack sees the comic book he got from the school library. Jack snuggles back into bed with the comic book. Uh-oh. Looks like he's procrastinating or putting things off. What he should do now. There is still a whole week until the test. He will worry about it tomorrow. Chapter 2. All that week, Jack is very busy. At school, he plays soccer with his friend Billy. After school, he plays with Scraps. On the weekend, he and Billy build a huge pirate ship from the chairs and broomsticks and bed sheets. On Sunday night, Jack packs his bag for school. Wow, he's been playing a lot. At the bottom of the bag is a scrunched up piece of paper. Oh no, the spelling test. Jack has forgotten to study the words, and the test is tomorrow. Jack feels his tummy shrink with worry. He pulls out the test and looks at it. There are so many tricky words on there. Should have been doing a few a day. Jack knows he will get them all wrong. He stuffs it back into the bag and crawls into bed. That night, he imagines the worry monsters in his room again. This time, they're even bigger and scarier than before. The next morning, Jack feels sick in his tummy. He doesn't want to go to school. He wants to tell his mom about the test, but he is worried that she will be cross with him. Sort of mad, right? Jack walks to school with Billy and her mom. He is very quiet. Is something wrong? Billy asks. No, says Jack, shaking his head. Are you sure? Says Billy. I'm fine, says Jack crossly. He wishes Billy would stop asking. Wow, it's affecting his whole days now and his friendships. In class, Jack's tummy ache starts to hurt even more. I don't feel too well, Jack says to Billy. Billy puts up her hand. Miss Walton, she says, Jack doesn't feel well. Can I take him to the nurse? Oh dear, Miss Walton says, you do look a little pale, Jack. Billy, will you take we'll take you to the nurse. I'll call your parents. You'll miss the spelling test, but you can do it tomorrow. Jack lies in the nurse's office waiting to be picked up. Billy waits with him. There they are in the health room. Can I tell you something? Jack says. Sure, says Billy. What is it? I didn't study the spelling words, Jack says. I don't know what to tell Mom and Dad. Just tell them the truth, Billy says. Jack lies back. There are patterns on the ceiling that remind him of the worry monsters. He closes his eyes to make them go away. Wow, he's making himself sick over this. Chapter 3. At home, Jack's dad tucks him into bed. He puts a cold washcloth on Jack's forehead. So, his dad says kindly, do you want to tell me what's wrong? Jack hangs his head. I had a spelling test today. I forgot to study the words. You forgot? Says his dad. He lifts his eyebrows and smiles. Jack sighs. I'm terrible at spelling, Dad, he says in a little voice. I just can't do it. That doesn't sound like my Jack, his dad says. He gives Jack a cuddle. Why don't we study the words together? At least he was honest, right? You will have to go back to school sometime, and the spelling test will still be there. Jack climbs out of the bed. He pulls the wrinkled paper from his school bag and hands it to his dad. His dad reads the words. Some of these are tricky, he says, but I have an idea. Come and help me with some cooking. Jack looks surprised. But I thought we were going to study my spelling words, he says. We are, says his dad. Jack follows his dad into the kitchen. Right, says his dad. First course is alphabet soup. Then words on bread and cookies, shaped like letters. We are going to practice those words, then eat them up when we get them right. Jack laughs. That sounds like fun. All afternoon, Jack and his dad make words out of cookies, pasta, and even cut up fruit. Look at the picture. About, because, almost, something. And there's the alphabet soup. When they have eaten all the food, Jack and his dad practice with a pencil and paper. Soon Jack knows all the words by heart. He can't wait to take the test tomorrow. That night, Jack lies in bed and waits for the worry monsters to come. When they do, he is ready for them. Go away, he says. I've studied my words for the spelling test. The worry monsters disappear. Look at him there. I've studied. Jack knows they will come back again someday, but he also knows that he doesn't need to be afraid of them anymore. Just have a plan to study, right? When Jack takes his spelling test the next day, Miss Walton is very surprised. My goodness, Jack, she says, you have improved. Well done. Wow, Billy says when she sees his grade. How did you remember all those words? I'll teach you a trick my dad taught me, Jack grins, but I hope you like alphabet soup. And that is the end of Hey Jack, The Worry Monsters by Sally Rippon. You might want to try other Hey Jack books in our library. We have about 10 to 15 of them. This is Sally Rippon, the author of Hey Jack and the Billy B. Brown books. Give them a try.